not many adult games being created, not enough. And I've just decided to make one because I'm an erotic photographer. We create sexual, making love scenes, scenarios, everything what's related to games, role play, and fantasies, and romance, and gifts, and giving, and loving, and receiving, and doing more, right? Trying harder. Okay, so I've just figured this out. If I will call it Eros test, that Eros represents the sexual energy, that's already related to adults. Okay, I think if I will call it Eros test, children would not really recognize it very much. Okay, so how I imagine this, I imagine to create a thermometer. Okay, thermometer which will make it very hot. Okay, very hot, it means that there are people who are experiencing great life, happy relationship, great intimacy, gifts, romance, time together, everything what is amazing about life and life has to give. Okay, that you will experience through your body, you will be happy, satisfied, right? That's what is on the top. And that is the hottest point. However, there is a coldest point and there is a neutral point as well in this game. Okay, it must be because there are many points. People sit or be in many points. And what is the whole idea of this map? That you see, if you will just create it as a map, right, and you will find yourself on one point, you could just find the way, go up to that point that you want to be. Okay, you want to be. And why I am making this Eros and sexual energy directory? Because adults have not worked enough and have not educated themselves enough on this topic, right? Because you see, if we will be all having great amazing relationships and great sex lives, we would not have so many single people, we would not have so many people who are in conflict or separated or divorced or just living quietly and cheating. So there are different situations that people are in, okay? But I believe those situations been created by people by not knowing, okay? I refer it to me. I've been in all these more or less, situations, and I understand that if I knew more, my decisions and my actions will be different. And you see, sexual life, intimate life, personal life is very much related to you, to your adulthood, to your personality, to who you are, okay, and to that person as well, because sexual energy is translating to that person. You're making someone happy or you're making someone unhappy, and then the chain is escalates. Okay, that's how it goes into, families and into the whole neighborhood. Okay, so what I'm just saying is that yes, it's been proven that photography definitely can help solve a lot of emotional situations. Okay, and photography in general was created to solve emotional situations. Let's speak about first ever photographers, okay, who were traveling around the world and taking pictures of people families who lost their loved ones, right? And that's what was a biggest support for them, to have a memory, right? What happens when we create a memory about ourselves, okay, with a professional and with an adult twist, right? What that means is that you create fantasies, you undress, you experience this through your body, through your emotions. You're actually able to accept all the visions, situations, feelings, vibes, they will arise during the whole experience, the whole session. Okay, and of course the effect after this drastic change will last long after. Not every day people undressing, not every day people are expressing themselves, being honest to themselves, okay, as much as to that person who is creating those special memories, right? And being honest in their adult life, in their sexual life, right? With their partner or with themselves, okay? And this test, I think this is something like a stimulator, Okay, giving, providing the information and stimulating people to take action because they already know. Okay, they already know, and they know that others is doing it. People are having a great life. That's our goal, to be happy, to be with the loved one, to be loved. Okay, to share love. That's why we are here. Just everyone is occupies different niche and working towards that, providing, providing that love, right? Giving knowledge, giving information, giving a service. We receive a lot of love from many people around us, right? I never forget, I remember when one popular person on the TV said there are all these people who's building these cities and put a lot of work in it, and you just walk around it and enjoy it, right? So there are many things happen in our life, right? But when we coming back from this big world, which is that part which occupied our brain, our mind, our sensations, we are very distant from our real, who I am, what is my world, what is my city, okay, what's happening in there, okay. And very often I'm saying this because people cannot control the sexual energy enough, okay, or they cannot stimulate it, or they don't know, that feeling which they feel the sexual energy is not that pleasant enough, or they're scared, or they, associates with something. So sexual experiences and sexual energies are literally related to that world where you lived. Okay, because that where it was formed, that was the atmosphere, and even that family which you learn from them this type of love, you will be then later, how to say, acting as well very similarly, because that's what you knew, that's how you know what is love. And today we know a lot of examples, that sharing, okay, that giving, that showing the touches, that being there, that spending time, okay, that giving gifts, okay, that going traveling together, that going on special adventures, secret together, that doing those kind of how to say, sexy secret shoppings, for intimate life. There are a lot of things that you can add to your life which are personal to you. Okay, and people are missing out on that. Because you see, the big wall is happening and it will never end. But you have an expiry date. Okay, and sexual life is the biggest part that we can experience through our life. Right? The childhood ends, and your maturity when you're an adult, your adulthood or sexual life just starts. Okay, that's where it was born, kind of. It's born with you, but it get activated just on that period, when we get adult. Sexual life being, how to say, comes into our routine, right? We want to love someone, we want to spend time with someone, right? We want to have an intimate relationship and great, bedroom adventures, right? That is very important for adults. Bedroom adventures, what to do in the bedroom, right? So when people are shy, scared, nervous, come from the places where the bedroom adventures were not allowed, so you would not expect many, okay? Or if at the start there will be, but there will be not, how to say, not something what, they get used to. And life changes, right? And when you're working on your sexual point, right? What I mean is working on your sexual point. It's just there and present, okay? People notice you, people want you, people flirt with you, people are happy with you. Okay, that's the sexual energy, right? You attract someone. They feel pleasure, right? They feel pleasure. That's the sexual energy. You don't have to be undressed, you don't have to be naked translating that, right? But when you don't have this in adulthood, when no one wants you, when people, would like avoid you or not to talk to you, or how to say, that's where you do not show it, you do not translate it, or the information is not going through, right? And very often this situation happens only when your brain is overstretched, Okay, you could say compressed, but I would say overstretched because too much of going on always in the brain, because too much of the, things going on in the world, right? But your world is most important. Everyone has to go back into their body, into their mental state, and into their understanding of why they're here, right? To create love, to translate love, right? To create that sexual energy comes back to you, that loves come back to you. You sharing again, everyone is happy. Okay? What happens when people, you see, they don't want sex. They are neutral. They are okay to have it, they're not okay to have it, there are reasons not to have it. Okay, or they want something, like when this happens, right? Then you know that the sexual energy is not going. There is like straight away noises, right? You're feeling it and you're translating it or not. It's very easy to check when people are on the stage, right? When people are on the stage, even if they are okay, they're feeling normal, right? But the moment they undress, they don't do anything. They just don't know. They just don't know. Many of them being scared, many of them just don't know and confused, many of them needs advice and show, right? So when you're in adult position and when you are sexually confident, right, everything will work out for you. Yes. And especially you can see couples when they come together, they start photo shoot straight away. Okay, they do not wait, they do not hesitate, they do not, don't know where to start, how to hug each other or how to this. They start straight away. So like I said, as everything is amazing with you, okay, you will get into this experience instantly, right? But as soon as you know that, people hesitate, oh, there is something wrong with me, or I'm not looking right, I'm not like a model, or I have maybe something, imperfect, or some scar, or some wrinkle, or something, and the performance is different, okay? And the person who thinks this way and being in this state, doing a photo shoot, he also will get a totally different transformation, right? So he would see himself being in that situation. So first of all, what the photographer has to do is to understand in what state the person is, right? Because if he's in a bad state, for him it's not going to be fun, right? There are people who are in a great body, in a great health, do not see themselves being in a great state. Just don't. Just don't. It's not like they don't see it, but it's just something stops them from it. Because when you take a picture, sometimes they don't see it. Okay, they just don't. It's not possible for their brain to realize that information, and that's where the mind is suppressing and not allowing this to happen. Okay, that's why we have certain conditions when people think that they are too fat, for example, and then starve themselves to death. And that is very serious. I'm not joking. This is a mental image. That's how they see themselves. Majority of them, why this plastic surgery is so popular now, right? Because everyone wants to fix something about themselves. If something is wrong. The God did mistake and did something wrong. He wanted this nose. Okay, or she wanted this bomb, okay, and God did a mistake. It is so funny to think about this, right? But you see, I've decided that there are not enough information for adults about this, right? And how to attract adults to understand and to figure something out is by attracting them with the game. Okay, and if they will start playing games and if they will see some information about themselves, it's not that only that I want them to play this game, I want them to give them a feedback as well, because that would be even cooler, to have a feedback from them, so that I can develop an ultimate game, right? You can't just go into ultimate, the best version of this game straight away from the first entrance, right? And I'm sharing and I'm creating this video for you to understand how it's happening, right? Something in my head which I feel the need that adults need to understand about their sexual life, about their vibrations, about why people cheating, about why people think that, something is missing, why people are shy or still feel awkward or still feel nervous about some kind of a sensual sexual atmosphere or idea or fantasy, or even to see people kissing or something, they will shake. So these kind of reactions of intimacy, if they're causing in you something negative, then straight away you understand that these are your limitations. This is something what is not allowing you to be free and to be you and be great. And that is why people don't have it, right? And I'm trying to analyze this. I'm trying to understand this, not only for everyone, for myself as well, okay? So if you can imagine yourself going on the thermometer and knowing that this is very high temperature and this is very hot, okay, over there, and this is very cold, right? There are people also in the middle who don't care, okay? Right? So there is a neutral spot, okay? And then, right, we all have positive and negative emotions, right? And we can have love, we can have feelings, we can have nothing, okay? We can just be absolutely, maybe when we don't want any feelings, we are associating ourselves with the past, for example, bad experiences, and we hate men or we hate women or something. People are in a different state of mind and sexual readiness, okay? And the way I'm saying is sexual readiness. We are all here live creatures. We're meant to be with someone. We're not just here, in the adulthood blooming and just sitting. No, we need to connect, and we need to create that sexual energy. That is the healing energy for your restoration. That was happening during this process. People think that it's down to adrenaline or that kind of a different reactions when you reach climax and so on, right? But it's actually a normal body cleaning and the restoration process activator. That's why we need that partner, so that he will help us, okay, stimulate, find all that spots and places and do all those kind of things to us. And of course we do vice versa back, okay? It is not one way giving situation, right? So being with that partner, you prolong your life, prolong your health, prolong your quality. Why do I even say this? Okay, if you love someone, trust someone, and sharing life with someone and really appreciate that, okay, that's already win. That's already win. Very often people, you see, and I am from those people, I thought that if I will find money first, okay, if I would become rich first, then it will be easier for me, kind of like a relationship and family. That's not how it works for me, okay? I think you better think this way, right? And I'm considering about myself, right? Sexuality is the biggest part of my life. People are unhappy because of it. People are splitting up because of it, And of course, the biggest business is what also made of this. So this is not just because, right? And we are working on this, or we would like to participate in this daily, right? It's like a daily bread. It's just bread for your body, right? And for your mind, right? So we would like to have this, right? And we need a person to share that experience with. It's not just you can do by yourself, okay? Yes, you can do by yourself, but very soon it's going to be very boring and lonely to be alone in there, right? So life has to have two people. I'm not talking about those who are having 3-5 people or whatever. That's totally different, okay? This is going into fantasies, adult fantasies, when something is missing, okay, in life. And very often people are in this situation, or it is really great and it's just a start, or it's been great all along, or it starts something missing, okay, or something is wrong. Something is wrong with me, or something is wrong with him, okay, something is wrong with him. And then it all starts, okay, Then it's all starts and everything changes and people lose their directions and people lose their even reasons why they are together. Okay, and the sex is the first thing what leaves your relationship. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's seriously not funny because I mean it. Okay, I mean it. This is exactly what will happen. I'm just laughing from myself, okay, from my experience. So that's what I'm saying. My experience is the biggest booster why I'm creating this game, because why should people suffer? They should know more about themselves, they should know about their partner. If they want to be with that partner, then they need to change. Okay, this is simple as that. Okay, that's the game where it's going. Okay, it's the end point. If you will receive all this information and your brain saying to you that actually this is you who need to do some changes, not change someone else first, right? And you understand this and you're able to do it, then the change is inevitable. It's anyway inevitable. Every sexual experience for you is an experience. You can't just learn your sexual experience from watching a book or a movie. You have to feel it through your body to understand what is good for you, right? So erotic test is going to be just like, first it's an introduction, but then it will lead you to this experience. Okay, you have to have this experience to actually understand. Test is just a mental game with you to, to understand that there is a problem and what kind of the problem, right? How to get better, what I need to do. And then you will be looking on how to do it, right? And how to do it is the only way. Change yourself, right? Sexually, how to do it, right? And I suggest one simple, method, photography method, transformation, when you're doing some homework and you're doing some tasks, for example, right? And you're filming yourself or taking pictures of yourself and putting your own insights on those work documents, or let's say homework assignments, and analyzing yourself in a sexual way. And the magic of the course is that everything happens in a group, and everyone is doing it from their own perspective, and you create a big zone, big stream, big vibe, and you will have someone who will direct you, lead you, right? So people get through their sexual journey by themselves, understanding more. Okay, when they understand themselves more, of course for their partner will be much easier. Okay, and then the live stream will be restored. Okay, so I think this is kind of like a formula, okay, like a formula suggestion, right? Formula suggestion. Everyone can do it at home, Sexual transformation in general start from analyzing yourself, okay, not from analyzing someone else. Your transformation starts from your body, okay, and from your acceptance and the way you, the way you see yourself and the way you recognize yourself. Right? If you're absolutely confident about the way you are, nothing is wrong with you, then you are in a great position. You even don't need to have this test. Okay? Seriously, don't. Or just for fun. Okay? That's how I would describe it, and that's what I will put on my website. You can just have it for fun. But I think most of us will find a lot of truth. Okay? A lot of moments when probably you would not think about, okay, and suddenly a few pieces which are come out from this test will join into an amazing lift, right? Lift towards your sexual energy boost. Because without the sexual energy, you see, you would not be even watching me, okay? You would not care. You know what I'm just saying here? That I'm going to, that's so, just so silly. Starting something new, it's really, you feel stupid, okay? You feel stupid because you're just starting it. And every course will be like that. It's the same with this game. I never created any game. I would like to have it like professional game developed, okay? But come on, I don't even like games. I don't play games, okay? I think the games are the time waster. However, it's always been a great learning, resource. People just love playing games, especially if it's going to be psychological, sexual, development. Okay, so everyone would like to play this game, but how to approach it, how to bring it out of the idea, okay, out of the idea a real product, how to squeeze it out, okay, and then you try to understand that there are some scripts, okay, who will just introduce your idea, okay, to people how to play it, right? And then from there you will develop the real game, okay, how to play it. But I believe I would need to run a few courses and just understand on the negative scale. You see, happy scale, it's all positive emotions, right? When we experience positive emotions, the change in general, it's very easy. It's the hardest when we experience negative emotions. Okay, and in a sexual life, I can talk to you because I'm talking about this game and I don't know how to resolve the situation. You see, what are the negative emotions in a sexual life? When you would like to watch, right? When you would like to watch how your wife being with someone, okay? Or you would like to just spy on someone, right? Or you would like to flash, or you're getting turned on from this, like you're experiencing certain emotion, right? When you would like to cause pain, and I know we talk about great making love, moments, and people love love. Okay, it's not just the vanilla. There are different kind of expressions, right? The wild beast inside you, it will, it will be awakened, and I am absolutely judgmental free when I'm shooting in that zone. I think this is great when people can, be wild, right? That's why we're doing this. So, like I said, in this game, negative emotions are something related with, humiliation, related with something, right? But these are all, again, goes into adult fantasies, right? So you could have a great family and you could have a great something, but your husband would have a secret, he would like to try something this. Again, he would never tell you. Okay, now he's having a secret, and probably you will start having secrets, and when people both start having secrets, the sexual energy already blocked, okay? Just simple like that. Okay, just start being secret to each other. It's translating into something else. Okay, or you see, I don't mind when people understand about something is missing and they want to reconnect, and then they have a spark. They would like to invite someone else and have a threesome. I don't mind, If people feel that this is what they need to have another person to stimulate them, so that they can be with another person, then probably this is the right way. Okay? And again, in this situation, I'm not in a judgmental zone because that's what they need. Okay? That's what they need. This is the medicine. This is the cure. Okay? But in the normal relationship, right, when we have each other, yes, we have a stimulation, we have a maybe some kind of the moments, right? But in general, everything is positive, okay? Everything is positive, and no one wants to suffer, no one wants to suffer. Maybe some people like it, but for a very short time of period, okay? And then later, everyone wants to be a very happy family. So that is another thing, because it's related to us. It's related to who we are, okay? Going to be discussed in this test. Okay, fantasies. Everyone has fantasies. You have fantasies, okay? And they are not the same like your neighbor's fantasies. Okay, and they are not the same like your father's fantasies or your mother's fantasies. Everyone has adult fantasies, and they are different, and they are specifically related to certain emotions. Like I am saying, I'm working on this for a really long time, for many years, okay, and shooting erotic photography and adult movies, and I've seen these fantasies. Right? I'm not judging, and I'm not talking only just from my, my own experience. No. I've seen many people making love and create their own fantasies. Okay, and that's why I think they would need to have a test. Okay, very often people think that their sexual experiences and their fantasies, that is something what is wrong about them. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can't find what is wrong with them, so they choose to blame fantasies. Okay? Fantasies, and then they attach to this story, okay, and they live with this story, right? So fantasy to cheat on, your I don't know, your wife or something, or fantasy to be with the school teacher, or fantasy to, I don't know, to be with a policeman, or fantasy, whatever the fantasies they are, okay, our brain do not understand why it's not happening. Okay, why it's not happening, and especially when people are trying to hide it, try not to talk about this, do not pay any attention. That's how they're blocking their sexual energy. And it's so sad to tell everyone, okay, but this Eros game will be related with money energy as well. That is something what I want to add, because sexual energy and money energy, we know this is one vibration. Okay? Seriously. So how amazing is that? If we can just touch one topic, okay, understand the situation about it, right? All we need in general, okay, just give a lead to your brain. Just give an information to your brain, right? People think that you need to do a lot of work, dig, the whole field, or maybe, I don't know, build the tower. You don't need to build a tower. No, okay, you just need some food and information for your brain to understand your sexuality, your levels, why you are at that point, okay, and that test will give answers through these sexual emotions and fantasies, okay? How about that? How about that? When you can associate how sexually fantasize and what's happening with you, and when you want certain things, but live a totally different life. Right? One to live one way, but doing differently, right? Very often people feel rejected in sex life. Okay, people have bad experiences, like I said, traumas. If I say traumas, everyone understands, right? But that's all affected. When it is affected, it is even affected when you maybe had the first love or a first crush and someone, did not respond that or something, and you do not even remember this. Okay? Seriously. You do not even remember. But there are so many moments that count that are actually attached, wired to that emotion. Okay? And that emotion which affects your channel. And I want to repeat this again. Something what is here and here is directly connected, right? So if you're down, mood, right? If your mood is down, it's down. Right here, you see, there can be in a different way, right? If your mood is absolutely down there, I don't think you want, how to say, have something extraordinary and amazing. And that's where you understand that this channel is connected, and that is exactly why you don't feel this way. And very often we are in this situation when we do not understand how it's actually working. Okay, how it's actually working, because many of us are surprised why we are single, or why, we cannot figure this out. We are, or in this situation stuck for so long, we can't decide, or whatever is happening, doesn't matter whatever is happening, it means that you see energy down there is closed. It's just closed. Okay? And that's why we don't want any interaction with our, partner. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how it's happening? Okay? Scary, right? Scary to understand the connection. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If I will make this game right, and if I'll help everyone's, get everyone's, help. I'm even planning to make a 2-day free test, okay, sexuality test, where people can flesh everything out how they feel, and I just want to see the result only by saying this. You see, I even call this in my head the shame, okay, level. Because the first level, what you go in a photo shoot, in nude photo shoot, when you are experiencing undressing, making love scene, touching, some kind of the noises and so on, it's the shame. It's the first emotion when you think that is not that you think that shame didn't happen. No, you actually feel that something is, it's not okay. And that something is not okay, maybe I need to cover it up. Okay? Or maybe I need to somehow, people, how to say, looking where to hide, or looking to this, that is the first indicator, right? And I'm not saying that shame should be completely removed. It's natural to have it, some of it, right? But when you're an adult and you absolutely control it, right, in your brain, and understand the situation. If you go to your doctors and you are 40, 50, 60-year-old and you have to open your legs and you feel shame, that's fine. But if you feel shame and don't want to open your legs, right, because you feel shame, that is already something is not right. And that is a significant difference. Okay? And that's how very often people feel exactly this way. They come to do the photo shoot, but actually it's just so terrifying for them. Okay? And that's why I've created this test, because this is possible to do in a comfortable environment. Go through the homework, questions, theory, whatever, master classes. Work on your sexuality and do a lot of things with your body using photography and video, right? Submit that work. Submit that work to group, that you will feel shame what you have done. So what? So what? Okay, so there will be some kind of a challenging moments when you will be, maybe your ears are burning and you will be dying from shame.